Hi, I'm Alan Fire of Group Dynamic. Today we are concluding our series on building trust through our choice of language. This is the final part where we will discuss how to adopt someone else's language to foster trust. In our first segment, we explored choosing your language, discovering what it is, and then in part 2, last week, we discussed leaning away from that choice as a means to connect. Today's focus, speaking the language of others. Now, if you haven't seen the first 2 parts, please tune in. Stop this, go watch those. It will make less sense if you haven't seen them. So, you may remember my primary languages are action and enthusiasm. Now it's time to consider languages that are different than mine. And I'm going to start with the ones that are the opposite. If we can speak the languages that are the opposite, it will probably help us connect with all the other ones between ours and theirs on the circle. So, initially, as mentioned last time, this approach involves leaning away from our natural language tendencies. That's first. So like I toned down my action and my enthusiasm by slowing down and reducing the emotional intensity. So now I'm going to try harder to speak the languages of stability and accuracy. To do that, I need to embrace more pauses, more details, and less abruptness. People who value accuracy and speak that language thrive on concrete data, getting things right, and clear rationale. And the advocates for stability prefer gradual changes, not abrupt shifts. So, one way to adjust. Instead of saying something like, this idea is going to be super awesome, let's get this going right away, which kind of screams action and enthusiasm, I'm going to shift gears, and I might say, I have this idea. When's a good time to discuss the details? By waiting for a response, putting control of the pace in the other person's hands, I'm honoring the language of stability. Then, when we discuss the idea, I don't suppress my excitement. I'm not going to not be me, but I'm going to focus on presenting clear and logical reasons to cater to the language of accuracy. Now, suppose my primary languages are accuracy and stability. What can I do? Well, it might help to reach across and speak action and enthusiasm. I might say something like, I can see that you're excited. I'm also happy about this. Let's talk about how we can achieve this, to use language that conveys some forward motions. Now, if you usually speak, say, collaboration and support, the languages of results and challenges might be foreign, but you can speak those by saying things like, I'm looking forward to tackling this, to take on a challenge. I'm looking forward to tackling this. It won't be easy, but I'm ready. What should we do next? And that what should we do next is kind of how results-oriented people like to take a look at things. Determining someone's language requires some observation. If you go back to the first video, I asked you to place yourself on 2 different scales. This is what you do when you consider the language that somebody else might speak. So if somebody's pace is very fast-paced and assertive and dynamic, they might lean toward the languages like enthusiasm, action, and results. If they're more moderate and calm, they might favor stability, accuracy, and support. And the other thing to gauge is level of acceptance. Somebody who is warm and agreeable might gravitate toward collaboration and support, and a more skeptical, questioning individual might lean toward challenge and results and accuracy. Understanding these nuances can prevent us from leaning too heavy on our own habits and instead consider how other people like to communicate with us. I know we could go into more detail, but I wanted to keep these short. I hope it's been enlightening and helpful. If we've been in a presentation together before, you may have heard all this before, but it's something maybe you could share with others to help them understand something. And we haven't talked about DISC exactly, although you've seen the DISC model. I am totally up for talking about DISC anytime. Always happy to come to a half-day or a day-long workshop around DISC with the actual assessment, but that's not what the purpose of these videos is. Mostly, I just wanted to provide a resource online for people to build trust through communication by leaning away from our own preferred language and potentially toward the language of others. I've learned it's something we can do to better connect and build more trust. As always, thanks for watching.